Hello, hello, hello. Sorry for the slight delay, folks, but we are all here for today. Lan will be joining us in just a moment, and unfortunately, Smitty's not with us today as she is on her holidays. But yeah, thank you. Welcome to Natural Havoc. We are a group of D&D players and friends that decided to give streaming it a go, and we've been doing it for, is it nearly 2 years already? When did we start? Was it like June or July?
July, because
Was
it
it
was
July?
it
I'm
was
pretty sure we're coming
TwitchCon.
up.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was TwitchCon last week, and then we had a 1 year anniversary.
Yeah, so it is 2 years, right? Wow, that has actually flown by. That's crazy.
Yeah.
2 whole years. And look how much has changed. We have parents, we have people who are married, we have all sorts of crazy stuff going on over here. We have Eagle moving rooms, like we have crazy stuff happening.
But we had all that before, just more of it now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. More of it, like more and more stuff. We've had people move a lot, and yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, thank you for coming on in. Yeah, we play D&D. We play the 5th edition system, but we are playing in the homebrew world with homebrew rules. We are all veterans to the system now. They have defeated a dragon in the game called Dungeons and Dragons, which is quite nice. So that well done for the gang for that. It was a little touch and go at points, but yeah, you guys did well. So congratulations. Yeah, why don't we head on over to Eagle for the socials? Can they not? Wait there. They can hear me.
It's the hosting. I think Tim
No,
had that one.
Eagle was saying. Eagle was saying,
Yeah.
follow those socials,
Yes.
all that good stuff. Wait, can they
Yeah,
hear me now?
they should be able to hear me
Okay,
now. All
carry
right,
on,
I'm
carry
back.
on.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Make sure y'all follow the Twitter, the Instagram, all that cool stuff. You see all our tweets and stuff. You can join the Discord where you can talk to all of us, say how you missed Smitty this session, and I can't wait to hear back next session. And then on top of that, you can subscribe to the YouTube. We post all our previous sessions, stuff like that. And we have the new player cards that are now in level 9. Let's go. And then we also have something else that I'll let you guys figure out when you guys make the redeems. But yeah, there we go. That's all the announcements we got.
Awesome. I have just thought about that redeem thing though, Eagle.
Yeah.
It's on the other overlay, isn't it?
No, it's on this one. It's on both.
Oh, it's on both?
Yeah. Your boy went above and beyond this week, all right?
Well, look, even I don't know what's going on. But yeah, awesome, guys. Well, thank you very much. Thank you for popping on in. Let us, pick things up with the recap of last week. So, session 71? Yeah, session 71. Our session began with the party being severely beaten down by the White Death, the dragon that was laying waste to Kavok. Ondros was bleeding out upon the floor, but Erhard managed to rescue him while Maeve turned into a giant fiery bird, and Kellum, Shion, and Arcturus just kept blasting. Battered as they were, slowly but surely, the party dealt damage to the great beast. And at one point, Arcturus ran in, grabbing Ondros' shoulder, teleporting the two of them out from the fray and the ferocious fangs of the beast. As Ondros, from now a distance, released the dragon-slaying arrow. And as he released that arrow, it pierced into the body of it, killing it instantly. Peace had then returned. Or had it? Shion had then laid the orb of eternal fire next to the dragon's corpse, infusing it with the soul and power of the mighty beast, and thus completing one of Malakesh's objectives and breaking the shackles that once surrounded her. Malakesh was glad that the objective had finally been completed and offered Shion a choice. either to remain free of him and lose all of the fiery gifts and powers that he had given her, or to renew her contract with him and get a new objective, but get even stronger by the day. He gave her a short amount of time of 3 days to make this decision. Meanwhile, the party seemed to have company as these icy goblins began shuffling over the lake towards the party. In tow was a large 6-foot-tall woman with a giant moon-like crescent ornament upon her headdress. As she walked towards the party, Arcturus realized that everything around him froze in time. And as it did, he looked upon Shion stood beside the dragon and saw the blue flames churning from her. He looked down at himself and saw him also engulfed in these blue flames. And from across the lake, walking across it, the woman with the moon crescent ornament also had the same blue flames, signaling to Arcturus that she was also linked to Malakesh. Hader then appeared before Arcturus and informed Arcturus that this woman was his quarry, and this woman was the target in which Malakesh had ordered him to kill. As all of this happened, the group then decided to introduce themselves to her and her to them. She introduced herself as the Oracle Ilysandra, someone who that could see the weave of fate and see parts of the future. She already knew about all of the choices that Shion and Arcturus had to make and their objectives, and offered alternative solutions. Her only goal was to destroy Malakesh, the one that once shackled her, and if the two agreed to this, she would grant Shion similar powers to the ones that she would lose if broken her contract with him. She also offered to keep Arcturus safe, but only for a while. He would pretend to strike her down and send that vision straight to Malakesh, so that he would think Arcturus had completed his objective, but something would have then happened afterwards. Whereas in reality, he defies him. His time would be limited, however, as sooner or later Malakesh would find out his target wasn't actually dead, and his wrath would be great, so it was imperative that the party finds and kills Malakesh before that could happen. Shion and Arcturus accepted her offer, and as they both gained a new weapon, Arcturus and Alessandra performed their play, and she, along with her goblins, disappeared in a gust of icy wind once they were done. The party waited for Houndir to teleport them back to Elenasta along with Kellum, and the party decided that they could use some extra cash, so they looted the dragon's corpse of scales, blood, even an eyeball. Nothing was safe at this point. Not long after, Houndir appeared, and it was time to go back to Elenasta. And all of our party, one by one, as they all flew through this portal within the trees, now stumble out into the city of Sychel. And this is where we'll pick things up with you guys. So, as one by one you all pour through, Maeve, Kellum, and Houndir all with you as well. As one by one you do pour through this tree, the same tree that you once saw. Tired, cold, completely exhausted. What are you guys doing?
What time is it?
It is. I know it's towards the evening because you did wait 8 hours for the dragon to arrive. And you did travel quite early in the morning, so I would probably say it's about 5 or 6 p.m. It's around, the latter half of the afternoon, creeping into evening.
I think I'm just going to get myself a nice meal and go back to the tavern and read a book, and we'll see what we do in the morning. I don't know about you, but I'm exhausted.
It's been
Well, that actually sounds like a plan. I'm willing to see what this bad boy will do.
it's been the longest 2 days of my life.
Feels like more than that.
Yeah, it feels like it's been almost a couple weeks worth. what it feels like. But yeah. Also, I'm hoping, you know, maybe we go to the Capitol tomorrow. They might give us some money or something, you know?
You mean the council?
Yeah. I mean,
Echoes.
yeah. I think they owe us a little bit, man. We just fought a dragon, even though it's not really for them, it's for another place. But I mean, still, I mean, they you know, we did kind of, you know, step up for them, and then we helped.
We helped their ally.
Yeah.
I think if you wanted money, we should have gone to Grand Kathos. Maybe you can sell that giant eyeball.
Oh, I forgot. I'm
are
still
we
looking
re-
around. That is gross.
Are we really gonna drag that around? I'm pretty sure there's some potion maker or whatever that can
You know,
buy that.
whatever y'all. I mean, whatever we want to do with. I don't know what May wants to do with the eyeball, but I'll
Well-
keep it until I'm told otherwise what to do with it.
I mean, personally, who knows? Maybe we can find something to make out of all this stuff we took
Maybe.
from the dragon.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah,
wouldn't
but
mind
still-
something enchanted or something.
You got all those scales, don't you, Andros?
I got 75 pounds worth of scales. All right, we got stuff. All right.
Get yourself a nice armor thingy made and sell off the rest.
But what kind of? I mean, I can't wear armor, or it doesn't really help me out much. I'm thinking of maybe selling this cloak and maybe see if I can get a better version of the cloak, because the cloak is like, you know, it's not as good as, you know, I think it should be nowadays.
Well, a cloak of dragon scales should be great, isn't
That's
it?
what I'm saying. You know, I don't know what I can make with that, but that has to be something good. What time is it again? What did you say? It was like 8 p.m.
6 p.m. So you would know the shops would still be open for at
Ooh.
least an hour. Or
Okay, so maybe I should go take the scales now and maybe see about selling, because I got this and the mace to sell, and I can sell
I
both
think
of
I would
those.
like to come
like
with
to-
if you do that.
Of course, we can make it a
Maybe
little
they
trip.
can make my dragon wing into something.
Yeah, because I how I predicted is gonna take them maybe at least overnight to get this stuff made into something, if that's what we want to do with it. I won't use
It's
all the
gonna take
dragon
time.
scales. I'll try to use as least as possible, and that way, you know, the rest of y'all can use it. The eyeball, I'll keep it until Maeve wants to do something with it, and then, you know, we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Please promise me one thing. Let's be a bit discreet about like the wing. Don't pull it out of your bag like in the middle of the street. It's a bit
Okay,
Well,
weird,
in
I
the
guess.
shop, right?
Please inform the shopkeeper first that you're about to pull a.
We are out in the open right now, right?
are underneath a very large tree near the Halls of Echoes, which is the the even bigger tree that's nearby.
Andros, is anyone around? Because I'm just thinking maybe I should clean that.
I will look around. Do I see anybody?
You see Kellum, you see Houndir, and you see a couple of guardsmen that are just milling
Okay.
about. There are no like civilians in the
So
vicinity.
no one's like, is there anyone watching us? Anyone's like looking at us like, oh wow, they're weird.
You've got Houndir and Kellum stood by you. They're just
Yeah.
kind of chatting amongst themselves. It looks like Kellum's giving Houndir like a report of what happened with the White
Course.
Death.
Yeah.
So they're not exactly like staring at you. And there's a couple of guards that like notice you as like across the small
But
stream
nothing
that they're walking
suspicious.
to the side of. Yeah, but nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
We still have room at the tavern, right?
You do. I believe you have
Yes.
one more night stay at the tavern.
Yes.
Should
If
we
I
head
remember
into the room quickly and I just do some investigation and see what I can fix? It might just,
but
give better value to the
again,
thing we ripped.
we're not sure how long this place is gonna be open. So if you wanna, yeah, it's getting
Okay,
late.
let's go.
Yeah. Okay, so we can go. I don't know what if Arcturus, you guys want to come with us.
I have a book to read.
Okay. Yeah, I figured that's very important book.
Anything we should get you?
Yeah. Do you want anything?
Oh well, I doubt the shop you're going to will do anything with it, but I just give I think Earhart the 3 vials of dragon's blood.
Oh
Maybe
yeah.
Maybe you can sell these off as well.
Arcturus.
Get some more cash.
I think I'm good, but
Okay.
hey, maybe if they like sell, I don't know, oak figurines, maybe something for Shion.
Okay. I just want to remind y'all, no one can sleep yet. I think we need to convene a little bit because I'm a little confused. I won't say
Where are we going?
What?
Where are we going? Or?
No. What the fuck just happened? Okay, that is
You
what I'm
didn't
confused about.
die.
We'll have that
I'll-
discussion in.
I'll explain later.
Yes. Okay. Good. I just want to have a convene, make sure we're all on the same page, you know, because I'm confused, and if I know if I'm confused, obviously someone else has to be confused, right? Like, no.
Aren't you always confused?
Okay. And I turn around and I start walking towards the shops.
I follow him. We did have a map before, right?
Yes. Yes. I believe we do have a map, right?
Because I'm just wondering. I think I wrote down some of the numbers that I know which places they are. If I had been prepared. I have it somewhere. Andres, do you remember a shop?
The shop. Isn't there like a magic shop somewhere? You know
how
what?
there?
Down there. Hey, I'm there.
Can you point us into a direction of like
Magic shop.
magical armors maker and shelter?
Well, I do believe that you have traveled there once before, no?
Can you just point us in the right direction,
yeah.
please?
Is that number 22 kind of thing?
Is it one? I think it's number 4. No, it's not number 4, right?
Number 22. I do not understand what.
No.
number 22
Okay. Onion.
They don't have
Was
points.
that number 22?
As the god opens the heavens, looks down upon you all, and you hear across the wind.
I will take the
Tome of
map.
treasures.
And yeah, the Tome of I'll point on the map. Is that where I need to go, Hound Deer?
Yes, that.
Thank you.
The Tome of Treasures.
Yes.
The Tabaxi Fortuitous Tomes is the owner of that place.
Yes, thank you.
I believe if you
Oh yeah.
present your coin that you were given by us, he was giving you a discount.
A coin?
Maybe.
Yeah. Maeve, do you have that coin? Can we have that coin, please?
He flicks the coin.
Pretty
towards you.
sure.
Man, what are you gonna come with us, or what you gonna be up to?
I think I'm gonna talk to Kellum.
Okay, and at that point, I turn around, I grab her hard.
They
Yeah,
have developed a cold in Kavak, so
I-
my voice might sound a little different.
Yeah. I walk up, I grip Erhard's
I'll
arm, and I
follow
start dragging him
swiftly,
with me, and we were leaving. We're going towards the
Were you
tomes.
taking Kellum as well?
No, just
It's
Erhard.
22.
I
know,
grab Erhard, and I start dragging him along. Let's go!
Okay. Sure. So, Arcturus, where are you going? Are you going back to the tavern with Shion?
Sorry, I was distracted by weird noises around the street.
Yeah, a random cat runs past you. and you're
Yeah,
like, huh?
cats, and for some reason I hear kids and I'm like, what the?
Yeah, you see two children like climbing out of a lake. Pardon me. Are you going back with Shion, or are you? Yeah. Okay. So the pair of you start heading that way, and Kellum and Maeve head off another, and Houndeer returns back to the Hall of Echoes. As all of this is happening, why don't we go with the Chuckle Brothers here? So Andros and Erhard, as you two begin milling through the city. You have been there before. You do have a map, so you are able to successfully navigate your way there.
Are you sure it's Andros and Erhard we're talking about? Are you sure we're... Just kidding.
You tell me.
No, we're good, we're good, we're
You know,
good.
Andros, who's apparently a scout.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
he doesn't know his way to the shop, I'd be worried.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you guys start heading your way there, and as you arrive, you are greeted with the exact same familiarity of the place. It's all dark until you enter, and then the lights light up, and the candles and the torches, and you see it's all magical flames as it all lights up. But you can see that they have had a slight restocking. Only a few bits have entered, but there are a couple of additional items since your last venture here.
Okay.
So yeah. You walk on in.
Yep.
For the sake of brevity, we don't need to RP this.
Yeah.
But is there anything in particular that you are looking for?
Well,
Or are you just looking
personally,
to sell?
if they can fashion something out of the dragon wing, I would be really happy about that. But I don't know if that takes forever.
Fortuitous Tomes would inform you that it will take some time to do it. it depends on the rarity and how difficult the
Mhm.
enchantment actually is.
Mhm.
But he can perform such things.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, like I think I would like a cloak or something, or
Mm-hmm.
r- robes. I don't know if that works because it's not supposed to be armor, right?
Yeah.
Just clothing. Um, so whatever he can do. I would prefer robes if that works, but if it's a cloak, that's also
He can definitely make robes. The only problem is you are making it from the skin of a dragon wing.
fine.
It would not look
Yeah,
like if you were to wear something like that out and about, you are
very skinny.
basically wearing a creature's flesh.
Yeah.
Which obviously doesn't look so bad on like tanned hide and tanned leather, but
Yeah.
as like a wizard robe for like that sort of thing,
Okay.
it wouldn't really. You could do it.
So one
He
would
could.
need to get it tanned first.
Yes, yeah. If you wanted something along those lines, I think tanning the leather and then getting it produced either by leather workers into the robe, and
Mhm.
then he could enchant the robe. But yeah, he can enchant the items. He wouldn't be able to make the item become like a cloak, if you know what
Yeah.
I mean.
Um.
Although actually,
So I'm wondering, would he?
let me just
Would
check up the one spell very quickly because I know that they do have this. Ah, he technically does have access to a spell that could do exactly what you want.
okay,
Um,
but it would cost more.
yes. But it would be
How?
instant. Well,
So
I
how
say
much are
instant.
we
It would take 10
talking?
minutes.
How much are we talking in general if I want a decently good cloak?
For him to cast the spell,
Yeah.
he would charge you 400 gold.
Okay.
And then if you want an enchantment placed upon it, it depends on the enchantment.
Yeah.
But he could
Well.
make a process that would take a day or two
Mhm.
happen in 10 minutes, but he would charge you 400 because it's a 4th level
Mhm,
spell,
mhm,
and he would
mhm.
charge 100 gold per level.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, actually, with discount,
So
360.
okay.
Yeah.
With enchantment wise, is there a list or something I can look at?
There
Should have
isn't a
talked about this
list per
before session.
se, but if you want a magical enchantment placed upon an item,
Yeah.
you tell me what sort of magic you want, and that's something we could have
Yeah.
definitely done during the week. But yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, I think something that either makes me like it increases the AC or something and maybe
Okay.
helps me to magically evade
Yeah, so some
things,
sort
like
of
maybe saving
abjuration
throws
magic.
and stuff, like something that similar to the Cloak of Mirrors, maybe even.
Okay.
Can you use the Cloak of Mirrors with it somehow?
He could, if you wanted to, he could transfer the enchantment from that onto this
Mhm,
and give it an abjuration magic as well if you wanted. So
mhm,
it'd give like a +1 on saving throws and
mhm,
that sort of thing,
mhm.
as well as the Cloak of Mirrors ability. Again, that's asking him to
Do
basically
more. Yeah.
switch and it's going to cost more money. But I would
Would it
say if
also
you wanted
increase AC like the material itself?
yeah, I would argue that it would technically be a leather, so I would say yeah, that would be fine if you wanted it to be robes. So I would say
Yeah,
all in.
well, it would then be a cloak, I guess, like, right?
If you want it as a
Kind
cloak,
because like you said, like a leather would then become a light armor, isn't it?
yes.
And yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah, it's your decision. I'm
Yeah.
gonna come back to you and let you
Yeah,
think
yeah.
on that while I go to Andros, because yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, cool.
I
Andros.
put down the mall. I'd like to sell this.
He grabs it. You see, he seems very interested in it.
Well, can I ask you, what does it do first? Like, what does it do?
Well, this particular artifact, is how do I best describe this? It channels electricity into the item
Oh, that's kind of cool.
and then allows you to expend it.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Yeah. How much would you want for that? How much would this mall be sold for?
Well, in my shop, You mean?
Yeah, I just want to sell it. Yeah, I just want to sell it.
Yes, but you're asking how much would I sell
Yeah,
it for?
no, how much would you
mean
want to?
buy it for?
Yeah, buy it for. Yeah, yeah,
Right,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
And yeah, he looks over it. I'll give you 1,250 gold.
I do like that. 1,250 gold? Free.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, and mark it on your sheet. 1,250.
That's amazing.
He takes them all.
Awesome. Also, on top of that, I got these. I say this a little quiet. I'm like, I got a lot of dragon scales. Okay, like quite a bit. I'm looking for maybe something to upgrade my armor class as well. Maybe using the dragon scales. I don't want to wear armor, so I don't want it to be like an armor thing, but more like, you know how like a cloak, I can wear a cloak and it gives me, you know, that the benefits of like a +1 to my armor class and all that other stuff. Something like that, but with the dragon scales, and see if it can be better, if that makes sense.
I could fashion some arm guard like van braces.
Okay.
I wouldn't need many of the scales, but I could use some of them.
What would that do, if you don't mind me asking?
It would give you defensive properties, and based on the scales, maybe a resistance to the type of damage
Oh.
which the scales have.
It's really good. Yeah, I think that would be great. Would that? Yeah.
The enchantment would be quite costly. But
Okay.
you are presenting the materials, so I would say 800 gold.
Yeah. No, that's great. Yeah.
And I would need 10 pounds of scales.
Yeah. Easy. I give him the 10 pounds. I give him the 800 gold. 800 gold. Yeah.
It will take a day.
A day?
Yes.
I thought you had the instant thing. You told that to my friend.
The instant thing was to make a sheet of flesh
Oh,
turn into
yeah.
a cloak.
Okay.
Then I have to enchant the cloak.
Okay. If I give you a little extra, could we like, speed up the process a little bit?
I could let you jump the queue,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. How much would that be? How much would you want to jump the queue?
Call it around 1,000, and I'll get it
1,000?
done by the end of I'll get it done by lunchtime tomorrow.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I'll give you 1,000 for that. Yeah, because we're might be leaving soon, so I'll give you 1,000 for that. Yeah, 100%.
Well.
And the 10 pounds of dragon scales.
Yeah. Is there anything else you wanted to do?
That's it.
Okay. Ahad,
Yeah.
have you thought about what you want?
I mean, I have money to spend. I don't mind a bit more money to spend. Yeah, a cloak would be nice. If it's possible to not make it armor, right? Like, does
Yeah,
cloak
yes.
count as armor?
Do you want the enchantment swapping to the...
That would be cool. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, and you want abjuration magic on top of that.
Yeah.
Very well. That would cost you 950 gold.
Sure.
Very well. And as you are together, I will do it by lunchtime tomorrow.
All right.
Guess I'll be working through the night.
Wow, you're so cool.
And I give him 950 gold out of the bag of thingy emptiness,
Mm-hmm.
which I should have somewhere. Anyway, we'll do that in a second. And then I will pull out 3 vials of dragon's blood
Yep.
and ask him, how much would you, or do you think this is worth a lot, or it can be used in alchemy? It's dragon's blood,
It
fresh.
certainly can, yes. I would say it could value anywhere from 50 to 100 gold. Each.
Okay. Um,
It depends how fresh the blood is.
it's very fresh.
Well, even better.
I guess Andros Rion asked us to sell it, right? Not that she's gonna rip my head off later.
Listen, that is your funeral. I will not be taking part in this. I don't want to be anywhere on Shion's bad side. Okay, I've been on the other end of that, and I don't want to be on it again. I think I'm good.
Sure. I give you 2 of them for 200.
Roll me a persuasion check. He just told you it was 50 to 100, depending on how fresh they were,
Let's
and
go
you went in
fresh.
and said, "I'll take 200 gold for both of them, please." So 17.
17.
Very well.
Ow.
Okay. All right. Then that's that. And I hand him all of the dragon wing. I
Yeah,
guess
he will.
the 20
He
pounds.
will want all of it. Yeah.
Sweet. Well,
Very well.
thank you so much. I guess they're hard. I guess we're ready to go back. Meet up with the others.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you have a great night.
And remember your deal.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yes. 100%. Yes. I remember your deal. Mm-hmm.
Smiles.
I'll let them all know.
You know where to find me,
Yes.
and hopefully you'll know 2 places where to find me.
Yes. Of course.
Can I
You
roll
actually know the
insight
deal?
on that? Because I
Yeah,
have no clue what they're talking about.
So we're supposed to go, like, when we go back to, like, all these different cities, is to spread, like, his shop's name and try to get him more famous so he can put more shops in other places so he can make more money.
That's not quite the deal.
Ah,
So,
well, with
can I
deception.
have a deception check, please? And it would be, are you inciting him as well?
I would like to know what the fuck they're talking about. I have a 24.
An 18?
Okay.
Let's go! That's my best deception check I think I've ever wrote in my life.
Pretty much.
I think I have a...
Natural 20.
What? You did?
So both Ahad and the shopkeeper realize Andros doesn't know what he's talking about.
Ah, yes.
Oh, I wanted to know what the shopkeeper's talking about, but
Oh, yeah. So with a 24, you realize that you have made a deal with this person, and he is very adamant on wanting that deal to come through. And you,
Oh, I have it. Yeah. Mr.
you were not far off, but
Yes.
you were a little bit off. Yeah.
I have it written. I have it written and highlighted in my notes.
Yeah, and he says to you after your, babbling of not really knowing
Yep.
what's going on, and he says, "Well, would you like to tell me what that deal was?"
You want to put up a shop in Arkenvale, to set up another shop like Tome of Treasures, like in Arkenvale, because we're a traveling group, and that we could help your business.
Good. Well, take care.
Right, let's go.
Thank you, have a good night.
I pump my fist a little bit as soon as I walk.
that was odd.
No, it wasn't. We just, we got lucky. We got lucky. I will remember that though, because I am not having those problems.
Lovely.
Yeah. Well,
Anywhere else you guys want to go?
I'm heading back to the inn. Yeah.
Cool. Shall go back.
Shion and Arcturus, is there anything you guys are up to while back at the tavern, apart from
Read-
relaxing and reading?
Reading and eating.
Okay, cool. And Arcturus?
Obviously, checking out the new item I have.
Mm-hmm.
It requires attunement, so
It does.
I am going to attune to it.
Okay.
And let's discuss after stream what item I'm gonna drop, because I think I'm also at full capacity for the achievement itself. But that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay, not a problem.
And
Cool.
obviously, I want to learn something more about the arcane features, but I think there's no need for interaction with that.
Mm-hmm. Not a problem. Yeah, I will. Then I will say, as all of you arrive back to the tavern, you guys begin to bed down for the evening. Maybe you get some drinks in, a bit of food, and then you take your boots off and kind of sit in one of the beds. Arcturus and Ahad, you are sharing a room still, remember? Everyone else has their own.
Didn't Andros want to chat? Like all of us?
We wait for the
What
morning.
happened?
We'll wait for the morning.
Okay.
We all
Yeah.
need to sleep.
And yeah, you guys rest. Shion, and another 10 hours, no, 8 hours to your time of the book. I know you're coming quite near the end of that, but you do reach into day 5 of you reading this book now, I believe. And yeah, you guys settle down for the evening. You all have a restful night. You get all of your spell slots back, your hit points back, half of your hit dice, whatever your maximum is. So if you're not at full, remember it's only half back you get. But if you are, obviously it's always half. Yeah.
I just wanted to ask, like, the level up, does it give stuff back? Because after level up, I had
might.
all my sorcery points and all my hit dice.
It might automatically do
okay.
that, but yeah, that's fine. As you all awake for the morning, and I will say one by one, you guys start to head downstairs. And as you sit down around your usual table, eating some food, Maeve does join you this morning. And yeah, as you sit down, chowing down on some food, I believe Andros decides he wants to chat with everyone.
Yeah.
Before we do so, can I have Warha? In the morning, I will probably have talked to my father if that's still possible.
Yep.
And basically say that it won't be long now until I'm gonna come home.
Okay.
And ask if there's any news.
Yeah, your father would tell you that things have slowed down. It's not as tense and it's not as awkward with and the Tungsten Wolves. It appears that they have solidified a place in the upper ring with your family, and appears to be working their ways through some of the other families in the upper ring, as if he's moved on from your father, realizing he's probably expended as much as he can out of him.
Oh dear me.
Yeah. They're now working their way through other families.
We're gonna need to deal with him as soon as possible.
Yeah, and yeah, he says it's a relief for him at least, because they're not now like hounding him and like breathing down his neck, as they seem to be stretching their fangs, as one would say, for the Tungsten Wolves, to other families within the rings.
Good to know.
And yeah, I'd say that's the news that you receive.
So you said we are going downstairs to have breakfast and whatever?
Yes, so after the night, yeah, you all sit downstairs for that breakfast.
More or less the first thing after saying good morning and how are you guys doing? Did you sleep well? I will just hand Shion 300 gold coins for the vials.
300.
Yeah.
Thank you.
One for each. Like 100 for each.
I smile. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Well, good morning. Good morning, my friends. I just, is there any? Okay, I want to make sure no one's like actively listening in. No one's around us trying to listen in.
What's your passive perception?
20. No, wait. I think it's no, it's 20. It's 20.
Yeah, still 20. Okay.
Yeah.
You sure it's not higher?
No, yeah, I'm sure it's 20.
Okay,
it's only
cool.
20.
So yeah, you actively look around. You're in a tavern.
Yeah.
Right? There's people in here, but to your knowledge and to your, passive awareness of things around you, no one is trying to listen to your conversation, but people are walking past. So
Okay.
if there's a chance someone could overhear something if you were speaking a louder volume than like slightly hushed.
Yeah.
But yeah, you wouldn't. No one in the tavern appears to be eavesdropping. is
Okay.
what I'm telling you.
I will.
They might hear a thing or two if they walk past.
I will definitely keep it a little more hushed, the conversation, and I'll just more so I'm looking at Arcturus and Shion. So I'm not sure what happened yesterday. I know maybe bits and pieces, but I think it's fair to know the whole spiel, right? Like we're about to. I mean, I've heard some things. I've heard a potential battle against this person. So I think it's safe to want to know everything, right? Like, hope you guys agree.
Andros, what are you aiming for? Is there anything specific you want to know?
I just want to know everything, the whole story, right?
Well, the whole story is a big one.
And
I think we better go like on a ship and sail to Kririn from here, and then by the time
No,
we arrive, we might be done with it.
Not that story. I want to know everything leading up to this point, especially with you two, the orb, everything. I want to know
What
everything
happened
to
at
this
the
point.
lake is what he's trying to say.
Yes, the lake before that.
Most of the story.
Right. But okay. So from my understanding, we've needed the orb from the beginning for this person, right? We got the orb. We've gotten to this point, and now it feels like this lake thing, this lady has changed the whole game. So I just want to know what happened to Lake. What did she say? What was this bargain that Shion completed? And how some of us are just now hearing about this.
So if I'm correct,
okay,
you guys are interested in information about what happened, what she said.
Yes.
And what the future holds. And I lean in a bit. After you've seen me blast that lady to Shireen's, you guys should ask questions about that.
Because Arcturus, I trust you, and I know you wouldn't just blast somebody without no bad reason, right? I mean, I did question you with the Drake lady. Don't get me wrong, I did. I was a big like, why did you do that? But I think I've known you up to a point where I don't think you would just blast somebody out of, because usually you're the one who holds off on blasting people. So knowing you're the person to blast somebody makes me believe there was a reason why you did it.
Didn't we hear the conversation?
I heard bits and pieces.
If I'm the person who is most likely not blowing somebody,
yes,
then you should ask questions when I do blow somebody.
Because Arcturus, like I said, because of that, I know you've had a reason to just blast somebody.
Well,
that's why I'm asking for the whole story. What happened to Lake? Because then you should be able to answer that as well, right? Once we get more into the whole Lake stuff, I just want to know the whole story.
The whole story is a bit complicated, but basically, when serving a patron, which, like, obviously Shion and I are bound to, we also get a personal quest.
Yes.
I don't know Shion's, but apparently some events of last night had something to do with it. But since I technically died when I just arrived in this country, it's a long story.
Okay.
Some idiot bandit,
yeah.
barrels, horses on fire, not pretty.
Mm-hmm.
But I died, and the patron decided it was not my time yet, so he revived me, which left me with a death, so to say.
Right.
So one of those things I had to do, I have to take a life for my own life.
What?
It's what's said. Like, I have to repay my debt by taking someone else's life.
Okay, what kind of life? You've taken many lives, so
exactly. So
okay.
He didn't specify.
He didn't specify? Insight check.
Yeah.
Insight.
Arcturus, roll me persuasion, please, and Andros, roll me a insight check.
Persuasion.
17. Oh yeah, well I believe it. Dang.
Well, I wasn't alive, so
yeah.
That's why he's rolling a persuasion. Yeah, you feel like Arcturus is telling the truth.
Okay.
What the?
So did you and the lady come to an agreement?
Well, it's no surprise that eventually the lady was the target. And she also once was a disciple of Malakesh. And for some reason, she vanished she disappeared from his view. So we made a deal. It would look like if I struck her down, which was quite convincing. And in return, I got this.
Fancy.
You see, in particular, the eyes formed over the tattoo.
Did the same thing happen for Shion and hers?
I had a different target. I already completed my objective.
What
yesterday.
was? Oh, the target was.
The dragon. The target was the dragon.
No wonder why you were so happy about fighting the dragon.
Obviously, we slayed the dragon.
Yeah.
Objective complete.
So you are not bound with him anymore.
Technically, no.
Okay.
However, I might choose to continue being in his service. I still have 2 more days to decide.
Why would you choose to be with him?
Why do you choose to be with Dekatha?
Good
Insane
point.
powers?
Good point. I like that. Yeah. Okay.
But he does have a hold on you then.
Yeah.
He does. I'm not sure yet what I will choose.
So.
But the lady has offered me an alternative.
Okay.
And I sort of grab the other chakram and like the chakram from Malakesh, and I kind of compare them to each other. Like.
Okay. So. What does she want us to do?
Simple. Kill Malakesh.
The same thing we were already.
Simple.
We've killed a lot of bad things right now.
Yeah, but this thing, Malakesh seems like someone out of the world, if that makes sense, you know?
Seems
beyond.
So am I, so.
Yeah. True.
He just gave you guys powers.
We got back from a whole other dimension a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
Barely. And running.
We still made it.
Yeah.
We didn't kill it.
But
I see your point. I see.
So we're on the same trajectory as we planned, right? It's essentially that we're on the same path as we were. There's no changes.
But one of you wants to kill him, one of you wants to serve him. Like, shouldn't we get that straight?
You know.
Wait, one of us wants to kill?
Didn't you just say your objective is to get him out of the way?
No, that's like our objective. Like maybe my own personal now. I don't know, but
so
like
we can choose to kill it. We can choose not to kill it.
Right. So how I'm seeing is we have 2 fronts we have to worry about now. We have the Drake people. So are we still ruling out that they're not connected, the Drake and Malakesh? I mean, didn't they want the orb to summon something? Isn't that the whole point of the orb? Was for them to take it?
But I feel it's more like it's a very powerful item that many different people wanted.
Right.
Like this just seems like
this lady
look at this lady that we just met at the lake.
This lady was bound to Malakesh. There is probably 1 million more people bound to Malakesh.
So she could be one then, right?
She didn't seem like Shion and Arcturus.
Right.
No, she was way past that.
Way past that. Okay. Again, I'm not trying to say you guys are hiding things. I want to be caught up because I feel like I don't know, it's just a lot of things are happening at once. We're now about to move down to where a lot of this stuff is converging together. So I want to make sure we're all on the same page before we get down there, and then now we're all surprised about something that's happening.
Well, I'm just like you guys helped me, so I'm in your debt, and well, we're friends, so whatever you guys need.
No one, I don't think anyone's in debt to anybody. I mean, we've helped people with a lot of their problems, right? We got Maeve and her dad safe. We helped you out with your circus problem. We've been helping these two out with their whole quest the whole time. I mean, we've done. I mean, we're all not in debt to anybody. No one should be in debt to anybody, all right?
What I mean is, we have been through things, and
Yeah.
we're still gonna, like, I don't have somewhere else that we need to go. Wherever you guys need to go, we go.
Well,
for now, I think there's only one way to go, and that's
south.
south.
So how are we getting there?
Houndir offered to teleport us.
Oh, we're gonna
Do
be
you have
right there. Oh man.
Shion, do you have some sort of map of your home?
I can give you a bit of information about where we're going to be landing, but it will be in the middle of the desert.
So
Oh.
still far from where you want to go.
If Houndir is correct, and he doesn't seem like the lying sort, but it seems highly unlikely. We are going to land at the Tree of Prosperity, which is basically a tree out of legend. Quirinese folk tales are plenty of people who visited the Tree of Prosperity and all of a sudden got healed from all their
So
different afflictions. We are supposed to be landing at some kind of magical tree.
so you're
This
saying
is-
you don't know where it is?
Somewhere in the middle of the desert. But I don't know how far we are from Shartusa.
This is funny.
Speaking- As she mentioned afflictions, I kind of look over to Arcturus, and isn't Eliash looking for healers?
She is.
Bear in mind, this is folk tales. I don't know how.
I
much
mean,
of this-
Decatha was a folk tale.
And I
In
think
all
Eliash
fairness.
has been to. I mean, look at how far she's gone with us. Seems like she's been all over looking for, grasping at some kind of chance. Maybe at least mention it to her.
I can obviously mention it to her, but wouldn't like someone of her stature already know about like these kind of stuff?
Seems
Well-
like she's just running around trying to find a solution.
Well, maybe she didn't feel safe going down close to Quirin. No offense, Sean. Again, no offense. Maybe she didn't feel safe going down south to Quirin because a lot of issues down there.
Well, none taken. But to be honest, most Quirinese don't even go to this place because it is so remote and
Yeah.
people don't know where it is. And it's like I said, no one's ever met anyone who came back from there.
Wow. So
You
look,
ever met anyone coming back from the Feywild? Or
I'm-
the Shadowfell?
I'm even
Fair enough.
nervous about going down there to Quirin because I've heard some things about it, and I'm like, that might be the last place Aloxa that should want to go.
We're
But
not getting you enslaved.
listen, if I get enslaved, one of y'all going in there with me. And it most likely will be Apples because I can use him as like a distraction. Anywho.
I think the best thing
I'll
you
be
can
with
do on this
Huh?
is I think the best thing you can do in Quirin is follow Shion's lead.
Oh, 100%. I
Don't
am.
get cocky. Don't get. I
And
don't
don't
know,
jump at the front of every conversation.
I
and
plan
don't
to
attack
be.
God at sight.
I plan to be Shion's personal bodyguard, and I plan to stand right next to her the whole time, let nothing happen to her, so that way she can, some leverage there, No offense, Shion.
So Shion,
None taken.
what's
yes?
the deal back home? Do you know?
What do you mean? What's the deal? What do you want to know?
Well, you've been gone for a long time.
Yes.
You said your father was very powerful,
He was.
but I believe you also mentioned he thought you dead.
Well, yeah, naturally, I've been gone for a long time and without actually sending word.
So did
Well,
you send word?
I did send word. He knows I'm alive now, but that's the point. He knows I'm alive. The rest of Quirin does not.
Oh.
So, well,
So
I mean,
all is good and dandy. Everyone's
it's
gonna welcome you.
it's just his word. I mean, I'm pretty.
Hmm.
Considering I have done many I mean, I have taken up many of my father's responsibilities. My absence has been noted, and there undoubtedly are people vying for my position.
How did they believe you were?
Politics?
How did they believe you became dead in the first place?
Well, I wasn't there.
Okay, but how? What led them to believe you were? I mean, someone could go missing, but when someone goes missing, you don't say they're dead. You just say, "Hey, this person has gone missing."
Did no one know where you went?
The only two people, or the only three people who know where I actually went were my handmaidens. But yeah, they're slaves.
You had handmaidens?
And as for how people knew I was dead, well, I went to when I went to the temple and got entangled in this whole Malakesh business. I didn't go alone because obviously a lady of my stature shouldn't travel alone. So I hired a mercenary group named the Tungsten Wolves. The Tungsten Wolves betrayed me. They
Oh,
left me for dead in the temple and obviously got back to Shortus. I got word to my father, and everyone now believes I'm dead.
that's kind of saddening.
So they must have had some kind of intent with that. I mean, we've been through our share of politics now.
Oh, yes. Like I said before, my family is very powerful and very wealthy. It would be easy to extort them.
So
Extort my
you
father. My father is the only one left. I do not have any brothers or sisters.
what I'm
so you're
hearing is
saying when we go back, you're gonna be a target?
Oh no,
question.
I think they are going to be a target.
Ah, I like that.
The Tungsten Wolves. If I get my hands on their leader, a man named bald man with like a weird ponytail growing out the back of his
I,
head, crooked nose.
I don't think we know who. Like, I don't think we know. So, what was the name? Like, what's the name? We
His
don't
name is
know. So, what's the name?
Anyway, as soon as we meet him, he's a dead man,
Right. Yeah.
and
So
all
you have an objective.
all his wolves with him. It's just a sort of family vendetta.
So we have a free place to stay then when we get down there. We don't have to pay for no.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, let's
Stay with my family.
go.
But his hospitality is
Should we?
despite what everyone says about Quirin being horrible, hospitality is actually one of the things we pride ourselves in.
You know, some of us kind of rushed into the ice desert just now. Should we prepare for that actual desert somehow before we pop out of a tree that might not even exist?
Dress lightly. It's hot.
Oh, I love the heat. I've been waiting to get back down to some hot weather. Ah.
I don't know how you, Erhard or Maeve or Arcturus would deal with it. As for myself, I will need to get myself out of this plate, or I will be cooked alive.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, my cloak is kind of airy, but I don't know. I've never been in a desert.
So today, what time are we planning on meeting up with Houndir and leaving? I'm sure we're gonna have to check in with the people, the echoes, and maybe give them an update. Get the final words in with them, and then head from there with Houndir. We'll have to meet up with Houndir, and then we'll leave. I'm not sure if Maeve needs to get something done here. So I know, this is like her, she has a friend here. I think her parents have left by now, right? Like they've left with Galoin recently.
Yeah.
Maeve informs you that she found out that her parents and Galoin have started heading back to their family home to begin packing their wares up, and are being escorted by a set of blade singers with which Kellum has requested that he personally leads to Arkenvale.
Do we want to grab Galoin back? Do we want to take Galoin with us, or are we cool with him going with them?
I think we should ask Galoin if he wants to be.
Well,
can any of us even talk to him?
Maeve, you talked to him, right? About your parents? So he's fine with it, isn't it? He knows where
Yes.
we're going.
Yeah, Maeve will tell you that he's aware of it and he's taken charge that he will make sure that they arrive there and that they are to stay in your home, the Warden's Roost, until they are set up on their feet, with which Galoin is going to try and speak to Yusuf about getting them housing in Arkenvale.
All right, well, I guess.
So he's a warden, and he has a job.
Yeah.
And
to
Maeve
be
also
honest,
says that she does need to stop by Grint's at some point.
Oh yeah,
because Galoin has left socks in Grint's care.
Oh, okay. Yeah, me and Erhard gotta go pick up some stuff at lunchtime today. So maybe early afternoon we get out, we leave, we go for queer, and that gives us the morning and the early the morning to pretty much get the provisions ready, and then we should be able to jump afterward. Now my question is, when we go talk to the Echoes, do we want to ask for maybe a bit of gold for helping them with all this stuff? Or are we cool with just being like, yeah, we don't care, get us out?
Well, like I said, supplies would probably help.
Supplies, okay. So maybe
just supplies will be fine. I don't want to extort these people even further.
Yeah, I agree. All right.
Do we how I'm just thinking, like, people live in big tents in the desert, right? When they travel? Keep out the sun?
I don't sleep in tents.
The tents that we usually sleep in?
So
I think so, but I have to warn you that the desert in Quirin is quite dangerous.
we have your shelter thing. I think we should be fine as long as we have the shelter. That thing has been coming in very
we
clutch.
Have to huddle close.
That's fine. Body heat, I'm just kidding. Also, Arcturus. You still have that orb of scribing, right? The one that allows us to scrying, yeah, whatever it's called.
I should have it here around somewhere.
I would like to at some point be able to use it in my room, if no one else plans on using it today.
You want to use it today?
Yeah, before we leave.
Sure.
Okay.
Here you go.
Okay. I'll hold on to it.
Basically, we're gonna meet the council. The
Yes.
Echoes. We're gonna meet up with Hound there.
Mm-hmm.
You guys gonna pick up your shopping stuff. Maeve, you're going to pick up some socks. Andros is talking to an invisible friend. And we look out of here.
I don't know why that has to be mentioned. I'm talking to invisible people. I've been doing that the whole time. Like, I feel like ever since I've known you guys, there's been like this very long time of me just talking to people. So I don't know why that had to be mentioned. I think that was a just very irrelevant point, and I think that was a shot at me, and I don't like that.
Oh, come on, light up a little.
I am lighting up. Okay. Well, what time is it? It's like 9, 10?
Like 10 a.m.
10.
Say?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go do this grind thing real quick. After that, Erhard, we'll meet. We'll go to the one place, grab our magic items. We'll meet at the Chamber of Echoes around like 12:31, and then from there we'll go out of here.
Sure. I'm gonna head to my room and summon back Olaf. He has had it rough.
Yeah, poor Olaf.
Poor Olaf.
Arcturus, if you want to join me for this grinding, you can. I mean, it's up to you. What do you want to do? And Shion, you as well. If you want, I don't know what you've got planned. Probably reading. Yeah, figured.
I'll join up if you like.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
I'll join, but I'll take the book under my arm.
Nice.
Figured. All right, and I'll lead them up to my room.
Okay, so firstly we have Erhard pulling out his brazier, lighting it up, putting some herbs and incense in, and casting the ritual. And what form will Olaf be taking this time?
I know I should have once again said this before stream. Is it a big deal to make him a hawk?
No, hawk's fine.
Okay. I just want to try that out, and it seems like a desert thingy more than owls and ravens.
Do you have a particular color scheme that you would like the hawk to be?
My dear. Hawk colors. Oh my god, why is everything freezing up?
But like, do you want him to be like a deep burgundy, sort of like reddish brown, or would you like him to be? Because you get to choose the form he takes. That's what I mean. So, or do you want him like to be exotic and look like more colorful? Like, what would Erhard choose?
I think like kind of like a regal look. It's like the golden brown chest kind of thing, and very like light feather tipped.
And the head, because I know some hawks are like more brown head and back and like a lighter colored chest. Would you rather go for like a more colorful chest and back but a lighter colored head, or would you like for it all to be one sort of color?
No, like a contrast. Like the colorful front and like kind of more of a, I guess, darkish back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, so you begin creating Olaf, and Olaf stretches his wings and begins flying around the room a little bit and perches upon your shoulder once more in preparation for today's events. But while this is happening, we pan on over to, I will say, Ondros's room, as Shion has, decided to lie on the bed while reading, I assume, to get comfy. All the cushions and pillows around her. Found some snacks that were left over in his room and just starts nibbling on a few of them.
Why snacks?
While just helping herself. You know what she wants.
Whatever. Sure.
You sit down, I will say, like at a table with the orb.
Mm-hmm.
And you look towards Arcturus, and Arcturus begins to talk you through the steps of if you know him personally or them personally. There's a stronger connection. If you have an item that belonged to them once, it's an even stronger connection, and having those things will help the magic find the individual that you're looking for.
So I don't know if this
he would also state, if they are not on this plane of existence or they are dead, it will not find them. However, they can resist being scryed upon, which doesn't mean that they're always dead if you can't see them.
Yeah.
So he basically makes sure, don't get too upset if you can't see them. It could just be them resisting it, or they're not on this plane.
All right. I don't know if this will count as an item, but I will pull out the other tribe dagger I've had. This was given to me and my friend by my dad, so I would assume it would work the same as since it was passed down kind of thing.
Is it your father that you're gonna scry on?
I think seeing how we were able to save Maeve's dad, I think that sparked a little hope in Andros or myself that there's a possibility somehow in some magical way my dad is still alive somehow, and I think it's time for me to ensure it.
Okay. Well, you sit down. Let me just look up the scrying spell just so I can get everything in order of what exactly I need from you. Because to use the scrying orb, you have to be able to cast magic, which you can technically. So you can technically do so. You are very familiar with the target, which means that when they try to save against being scryed upon, they have a harder time to resist it. And you have a possession or a garment of theirs, which also makes it harder. So they have a -9 on the roll to resist it.
Okay.
So please describe the figure and your father to us as you start to really deep down think about him and hold on to this orb.
So Andros' dad is he's definitely looks a lot like Andros. Like there's definitely a big semblance between the two. I think the more difference is his dad's a lot more buff. You definitely tell he's worked out a lot and he's been in a lot of combat in his time. He looks a lot rougher. He definitely has scars from the many times he's led tribesmen into battle, either versus other tribes or just in training scenarios. He's definitely even on his tusks there's just a lot of scratches in it. He has a somewhat of a beard, not as much as Andros. I think he doesn't want to have too much facial hair. He's the same height, just much just stronger built, and He looks very, very rough around the edges.
Okay, well, yeah, you begin to think of your father the last time you saw him. How long ago was it that you last saw him?
Wow, it was about 5 or 6 years ago since I've seen my dad.
Years ago.
Yeah.
Wow. As you really start to think about your father, and you think about the times that you spent together, you think of the last moments that you saw him. You remember that fatal day where you grabbed a bleeding, bloodied, and dying Braster, and you dragged him away from the battlefield in which your father was still upon. And as you fled, and as you deserted your troops to try and save your best friend, I'm going to need to make a roll. The orb is filled with a dark, stormy mist. And as you start to try and peer through, the mist is thick, and you see like cracks of lightning shoot through it. And then a light appears from above, opening up the clouds that you see before you. As you see a desert, a vast, long stretching desert. You see a storm upon the desert, a sandstorm of sorts blowing through. And as your vision flies down towards the desert and you begin to see it peer through the storm, your vision is getting battered by the pellets of sand, and you find it hard to concentrate and almost lose that connection to the orb until eventually you peer through the other side. And as you do, you see before you a city. You see a sandstone city with large statues depicting a humanoid looking man. You see roads with various various colored linens over the top of them, sheltering them from the heat above. You see, now as it zooms in closer, you see the humanoid looking man and this statue that depicts of him. The statue has details of fire wreathing him as he stands outstretched, watching over the entire city before him. And as it zooms in, and in, and in, like a microscope going into the city, you see a large, almost like a fortress in the center of this city. But you hear the roars and the celebrations and the cheers of people. And as it goes further and further in, you see an arena. A caged arena with metal bars all around it. And in the center, you see a lone Loxodon man with his right arm severed at the elbow, with now what looks to be like an axe head affixed to it. And Andros, you see your father cut down multiple different people as he fights for his life in the center of this arena. And you can hear the roars of people in the crowds cheering. But you also hear the screams and the terror in the voices of those that your father cuts down. And that is where your vision ends. Arcturus, I would say that you see this because you are peering over into the orb as well. But Shion, I would say you are reading your book, as you did say. So, yeah, just so you're aware.
Was that who I think it was?
Am I sitting above a table? Because I'm gonna feel bad when I do this. Andros will just like let it go.
Yeah, and it begins to roll, and as it falls off the edge, Arcturus catches the orb. Yeah.
Are you alright?
Is there a possibility this thing saw it just maybe messed up, that it saw someone else? I mean, how do we know how accurate this thing is?
We do not, but I have no reason to doubt the how real it is. Like, this is a very, very, very magical object, very powerful one, and why doubt what he is showing us?
Because for 5-6 years I've believed something totally different, and I don't. I don't know. Like, first of all, I don't know where this place is. I mean, it's in a desert.
Well, the only lead we have is like it's in a desert, and we're heading for a desert. So
He can't be.
What's that now?
He can't be on Veritas, right? There's no way.
well, that depends. You said your parents were likely to be captured or died.
My
Right.
my dad, I don't think he would have. My dad's not the type of person to just throw in a towel and give up. My dad has always preached about, he lives by the tribe's way. Like, he was full dead set on it. I mean, yeah, he was smart. He was more of the wiser one of the bunch, but he wasn't someone to just. He knew what would happen if he ran away from a battle.
So, would he be the smart kind that had to choose between death and his life? And being alive means he's becoming a slave?
Yeah, but
Or
how would he? Shion, Quirin, or
Yes.
yeah. Is it a sandstone kind of city? Is there like a big fortress in the middle? Caged arena in the middle of this fortress? Does it have like a big statue of a guy, arms stretched with a like a flame thing around him, kind of thing?
Shartusa? No. But Alakash? Oh, yes.
Alakesh, what is that?
That's another city. It's the second largest city in Florida.
Is that nearby where we're going?
I don't know, because like I said, I don't know where we're going.
As a woman knocks on the door, I'm terribly sorry, my baby. It'll settle soon. Don't worry. And she walks off.
I don't know where in the desert we'll be landing. I know I've been to Alakash once or twice, and there is definitely a large arena in there. Could be there.
Well, we'll have to see, I guess. But man, okay. All right. This could be very interesting. I don't know what to say.
Well, the most important thing is that what the orb shows us is that your dad is at least alive. And I understand it comes as a shock, but...
And that statue you mentioned, that man is long dead. So no need to worry about it.
I'm not worried about anybody. I'm worried about what my dad's gonna do when he sees that I'm alive, away from home, in some random place, totally okay. And not only that, if other people from my tribe are there as well, I hope he's alive. But I've accepted for years he's gone. I don't even know what would... I don't even know what he's gonna say if he saw me.
Well, neither do... like... You remember I told about my sister being alive somewhere in a desert-like city. She might be alive as well. So yeah. We just have to figure it out, and if they're alive, they're alive, and if they're not, then it seems harsh, but then they're gone from our lives.
I'm gonna have to break my dad out of being a slave.
Oh well, you had experiences with fighting rings.
Yeah, but this is, I mean, if it was in, Shion's home, it'd be a lot easier. Okay. For now, we'll deal with your guys' stuff, and then afterward, I'll figure something out.
Hey, if it means we need to go to Alakesh, of course we'll be there to help you.
But I don't know how I'm gonna, how does one break someone out of a fighting arena as a slave?
Win.
Right, but how? I mean, is he supposed to win? I mean, it seems like they just keep throwing, I mean, he was fighting multiple people.
I don't really know. I've not, but I don't know much about it. But what I do know is that they host arena fights to honor the gods.
Well, that's great. That's
Maybe
amazing.
we can ask the priesthood for help in any way.
We'll worry about it when we get down there. Now I am
We'll figure something
gonna have to
out.
rethink my whole life, because I am okay. Yeah. Okay, well, thanks for being here.
Not at all, but are you sure you're good?
I banished myself to an island for 5 years. Not even sure what I was gonna do with my life over something I thought was irredeemable. Now, all of a sudden, I'm getting thrown something in my face. I've been working with you guys this whole time, thinking that this was my chance to redeem myself in some way, shape, or form. Now it feels like I've just kind of been doing things, and now this thing is thrown in my face, and I don't even know. I mean, is this where I'm supposed to? Is this what I'm supposed to do? Am I supposed to go down there? This is how I redeem myself, right? This is how I fix things. Is getting my dad freed?
Well, I don't know, but hey, even if we didn't have this artifact, you probably would not even know that your dad was there, and he came on your path. In general, we are going to a desert, so while there, let's just see what we can do. And No worries about redeeming yourself. You are a whole different person now. You're a freaking warden of Arkenvale. Come on. You just slayed a dragon yesterday, dude. That's something.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. We'll figure it out. We'll think of something.
I will say then at that, as Shion, you get an hour's reading in. I'll say, as Ahad, you do your ritual and maybe study up on some of your spells and get ready for the day, and then yeah, you arrive at the door and knock on Andros's door as you enter just as their conversation ends. And we will go to a quick break. We're going to take 10 minutes. I know it's a little bit longer than normal, although it normally is like 10 minutes, even though when I don't say it. But yeah, we'll take a quick 10-minute break just to refresh, grab some bits, and yeah, we should all be good. So back in 10 minutes. See you in a sec. Bye!
Bye-bye! And you're on.
Hello. Welcome back. What drinks have you got? What snacks have you got? I've actually got a cider called Old Moot. What has everyone else got?
My pain and suffering.
Pain and suffering.
Lemon flavored water.
I'm actually
Nice.
eating my supper right now, and
Oh, okay.
usually Fridays we get like some takeaways because yeah, I'm on the road with my boy.
Yep.
Before session, so I have some burgers and fries and stuff.
Nice.
Very nice. And tell us in chat, what have you got? Amma, have you got anything? Is Amma here today? He is here today.
He is? Oh,
Have you got anything crazy, or did he lose that title a while ago?
I don't know.
I'd love to know.
I feel like this week or next week, and if it doesn't show up, hold it.
Yeah, he had the title of the craziest
Yeah.
snacks, and that, yeah,
just
I haven't seen
hasn't-
it for a while.
I haven't seen
But
it.
since then he was not able to top it.
Struggling.
Yeah, I almost made an NPC of just some crazy snack drinking and eating guy, but I've had to dial it down because Amma's not stepping up. He's still #1 contender. Brilliant. Thank you very much. Right, cool. We're going to pick things back up then as all of you, including Maeve, are within the room of Andros.
Oh, great.
Would you have said you would have filled Ahad and Maeve into what you've just seen?
Yeah, I would tell everybody what I just saw. I would let them all know.
Okay.
I'll
So for
explain the
sake of
area.
brevity then, yeah, we'll say that you explain the vision that you saw and everything. So Ahad and Maeve are in the loop of what's just happened.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. As you're all stood in the room, the door is shut behind Maeve as she walks on in, and she asks what the plan is.
Well, I guess me and Erhard need to go pick up the items from the shop, and after that we need to meet up with the Echoes, and I guess we're gonna have Yondir take us down to Quirin. I think that is our thing.
Yeah.
Very well. Shion, Arcturus, anything you guys want to do before heading to the council, the Echoes, or
Dress lightly.
Yeah,
do you wanna... Yeah, are people buying some better clothing for that sort of thing, or what's happening?
As we return from or maybe even at the Tome of Treasures,
Yep.
to check if there's any light robes or whatever things that will help not dry up within.
Yeah. The Tome of Treasures isn't a clothing store. It is
Yeah.
a magic item store. So you will have to go to a tailor's or a clothier's of some point, some style. You would have been told. Let me just double check my social notes to see if there's anything that.
How about the Walnut Emporium?
The what? Sorry.
The Walnut Emporium.
The Walnut Emporium. You can certainly try.
They have all kinds of things.
You feel like
Don't.
yeah, you're probably not gonna find anything too helpful there, but yeah. If you ask Fortuitous Tomes himself, he will tell you that there is the Juniper Markets, which are near the Violet Bank, which is actually quite near his shop. It is number 13 on the list, which is right near Tome of Treasures. It's only a little ways away. So you could always try the markets from Market Bazaar for you know, like more summery sort of clothing and something that might help you. Maybe a couple of shades just to keep the sun off of you, or you know, something to block out that sunlight that you are going to be walking through a desert, and maybe something more, you know.
Is there like sun umbrellas or something?
Yeah, there are parasols. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they are like wooden cane parasols with like a thin material on top to kind of just keep the sun directly off of you.
Would get one for everyone.
Yeah, you want to buy a load of parasols? They are 2 copper each. If you want to buy parasols, and you can choose any color you like.
I will not even haggle.
There you go. Nice.
I guess I will take a different color for each person.
Do you choose the token colors?
Yes, that's
there you go. Awesome. There you go. You all get a parasol. Are you buying all of them, Ahad?
Yeah.
Nice. You all get given a parasol with the color that is associated with your token.
Are we 5? We are 5, right?
Yes, there is 5 of you, yeah.
Oh, I will pick up 6 if Eliash is coming. Who knows? Just in case.
I'll take off the winter coat that I've been wearing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to cut the sleeve off. And we'll put that around, like, on the arm. You know, like, you know, famous, like, sports player, they'll have, like, that little weird sleeve that goes around, like, their arm. Yeah. I'm going to try to do, like, something like that to hide the necromancy arm that I have going on here. Try to hide it. Keep it hidden.
And I will say, for both Andros and Shion, you already have clothing attire that does suit this sort of environment. But for the rest of you, also, I know Arcturus walks around in a coat a lot of the time, so he's going to be very hot. So maybe like a snazzy like vest of some sort, like a, you know, like a some sort of like vest jacket sort of thing with a lighter, something along those lines. But if you want to buy some more summery related clothing, just mark off I'll say 3 silver, and you guys can find something for those that don't have anything that's just a little lighter.
Yeah.
It could be almost a spitting image of what you're wearing already, but it's just a lighter material, something easier, something that the breeze can flow through a little better.
Okay.
Nice. Awesome.
And then after that, me and Hard will stop at the magic shop.
Yes, and you are both presented. Ahad, you didn't specify if you wanted it a different color. So when you walk in, he has colored it. And it is a deep purple. So it is a deep purple cloak, and the mirrors are on it. And it's quite like regal looking. It looks quite it looks like, you know, maybe a royal magician of some sort would probably wear this sort of thing. And it is looking very fancy on a mannequin just by the desk. And on that same mannequin's arms, from the wrist all the way up to the elbow, are dragon scaled like sleeves, 2 of them. Where the outside of it are the scales and the inside of it is like a woven material. You see that on the same mannequin.
Oh, cool.
That sounds great.
I'll take off the sleeves, and I'll take off the one I just cut, and I'll place it with those, and put those on instead.
You definitely notice Fortuitous Tome take a notice of your arm as you take it off in front of him.
Of course he does.
He doesn't say anything because he's not rude, but he does notice it.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Ahad?
I will hand him another 50 gold, just being like, that's very good. I like the color, thank you.
It's my favorite, thank you. And he takes the 50.
I'll toss him 2 platinum, and just kind of, cause I think I would notice he was watching, right? He probably noticed that I took off the sleeve in front of him.
Oh yeah, he saw you do it. Like he took keen interest on your arm.
Okay. And I'll just toss him the 2 platinum, and I'll just be like, yep, our deal stands. I'll tell Arkenvale about your shop, and then hope you wouldn't spread around my arm.
Well, now that you mention it,
I figured.
Everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine.
You know, necromancy is quite tended to be bad.
Well, I use it for good. By the way, I've had to help the city out even with the arm. So
Look, no judging at all. You do with your arms as you please. I just merely noticed.
Can I just kind of, as he says that, if it ever becomes a problem,
The arm?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Any thoughts how we can help him?
Depends on the source, I believe.
I believe some crazy old magician person.
Okay.
Stuff. Magics.
Yes. Usually the best course for magic is magic. That does the reversing effects. I would say it depends, obviously, how it spreads. If it spreads by you using it or whatever it does, then stop doing that. That will stop it spreading, for a start. Otherwise, yes, a powerful cleric of sorts might be able to heal certain things. Or there's always, if it's just in the arm, you could always chop the arm off and try to regrow a limb.
yeah,
That is also a suggestion.
right.
Cool. Well, thanks. We'll keep it in mind.
We will keep it in mind.
There's also quite a few cool enchantments you could have, where you could replace the arm with like a spectral arm or like an icy arm or something like that. If you did lose the limb and couldn't bring it back.
Why would I want to lose my
Now
arm?
that I think about that, I'd quite like to make one.
I'll come to you if I ever need it.
I will
how much
tinker
is
with that
that?
idea. Well, I haven't made it yet. I will tinker with that idea, see how troublesome it is, and if you lose it, come back and see me.
If you do find something nice, send us an offer to the Warden's Roost in Arkenvale.
Oh, right, not to you directly?
No, you do it directly to me directly, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
How's he gonna find you, Andros? We're traveling a lot.
Have you heard of the spell Sending?
Yeah.
Oh,
At this point,
that's
Yes.
helpful.
I
He
just
smiles.
pull on the
Let's go.
sleeves and I would just walk out. I'm done.
If you hadn't have arrived by 1 p.m., I was going to cast it.
Yeah. Do I need to attune to these?
So, yes, you have
Okay.
got. So this magic item is, unfortunately, it is attunement.
Okay.
Just because of the properties that it has, they are quite powerful.
Mm-hmm.
These are the arm guards of the White Death.
Wow.
And these are very rare. They give you +1 AC while you are not wearing armor. And they also give you resistance to cold damage. So it gives you a resistance and it gives you an AC buff. So they're pretty good. They are pretty good.
Okay.
But yeah, I know that you're attuned to quite a lot.
I'll take off. It's just trading out a 1 AC for another AC. So I'll just.
And you'd gain a resistance from it. So.
Yeah, I'll just take off the magical cloak I've been, and I'll sell it.
Yeah.
I'll sell it to him. See how much he'll take for the cloak, and then I'll tune to those.
I'll come back to you on the price.
Yeah.
Because I need to go through my notes to find out. But yeah, sure, that's not a problem.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I'll make a note of that. And for you,
I assume I have to attune to mine since the Cloak of Mirror was.
yes, it is still attunement. Yeah. And yours is now called the Draconic Cloak of Illusions. So, and it is a deep purple looking leathery sort of cloak, which has a couple of the scales around the shoulder piece, like as a bit of a mantle around it. So when it's round here, you can just see like the small scales across your collarbone and over your shoulders. And then on the cloak itself, where the hood actually comes up over your head, kind of like you see the Assassin's Creed where Ezio Auditore's hood kind of goes to a point. Where that point is, there is one scale on that bit as well. So it has like the scale which you can just pull down. And it looks very fancy. And at the corners of the cloak where the tips are, there's a small scale on each corner as well. So it looks very, very fancy. And it is a purple cloak with a couple of white detailings throughout. And this cloak allows you to cast Mirror Image once per day, the same as the Cloak of Illusion, Cloak of Mirrors, but it also gives you +1 AC and +1 to all saving throws. So it is like a cloak of protection, but also with the abilities of the.
How do I?
Pyramid. I'll sort that out for you. I don't think you're going to get in combat in the next 45
Yeah,
minutes,
yeah,
but
all
we'll
good.
see. Who knows? Maybe I do need to do something. But yeah, for now, we'll just leave it as is, and it is attunement just like the other one. And I'll give you the handout for that in just a second.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's what you get.
Yep. And I guess after that, after I sold that cloak, we'll head over to the Chamber of Echoes. Get ready to leave.
Yeah. And as all of you arrive at the Chamber of Echoes, you do see Grint, Maeve, and Kellum all stood outside of it, and Grint like pats Maeve's arm and begins to walk off, and as he walks off, he like waves to all of you as he starts heading back into the city. And Kellum whispers something into Maeve's ear, nods, and then he also smiles at you all, and he starts heading into the city himself as well.
Man, everyone's just leaving. No one wants to say bye to us? Yeah, it's alright.
I will say a bye to Louina. She's still around, I believe.
Yes, Louina would have been there in the morning. Sorry, I should have mentioned that. Yeah, Louina would have been there in the morning.
All that, just chatting with her and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll wait for everyone else to reconvene, and then we'll go in.
Yeah. Yeah, and as all of you you do reconvene, you head on into the Chamber of Echoes, and as you walk on into the same familiar location where the four thrones are situated before you, and the same 4 council members are there, but Houndir is stood up as you all enter, and as he smiles towards all of you, greetings once again. Thank you for the aid that you have given to Elanasta and Kovak as a whole. We have briefly been in speaks with Grand Kathos, and they have agreed to helping the cause with Arkenvale and all in the unity of Northern Veritas. They are currently dealing with the reconstruction of Grand Kathos at this time. However, they are more than willing to assist us when the time comes.
That's wonderful to hear.
Thank you on behalf of them and all of us for helping us in these dire times. On another note, we have had word from Arkenvale as of last night. They have uncovered their plans going forward to deal with this Queen of Ashes. They wish to rally and muster as many of their troop as they can between now and 2 weeks' time. We have scouts that have informed us of the location in which they are hiding within. And we have numbers and potentially what they plan to do.
Do you wish to divulge these plans, or?
As you are wardens of Arkenvale, you are privy to this knowledge as well. The Draken warriors are claiming Kazakh as their own. A fortress deep in the mountains to the south of Quirin. A fortress that long ago was overthrown by the Inferno of Eros. An ancient red dragon that resided there for many years. Our scout informs us the dragon is deceased. However, they are performing something. And they believe that they are in search of an orb, an artifact in which to resurrect the dragon with. If the Inferno of Eros is to reign over Veritas and the world once more, we could be entering yet again another calamity, another end times.
I guess we just don't let them find this orb. Do we know where it's at?
Our people are looking for it.
Okay.
Sources have indicated that it is moving, and it has traveled quite a bit across the continent.
Five poker faces.
That's great. I mean, if it keeps moving, that means they can't track it, right?
Well, you can always track something.
True.
But you said something about numbers.
Yes, they have amassed an army. They have amassed not just Dragonborn. They have rallied those of the Kajami jungles as well. And as far as I understand, they have made deals with some in Quirin. They know what is to come. They understand that they have meddled in the affairs of larger regions looking for vengeance. We have been issued and tasked within 2 weeks to send as many talented individuals as we can to assault the fortress.
Well, seems like a fun place to go to.
Well, we were headed to Puerto anyway.
Yes. I understand that you have your own personal gain in Quirin. But if you are to be there, Arkenvale, ourselves, Kuvak, Kraduk, all of us will... where did he go?
What is this wild magic search? Oh,
There's a puff of magic and Ahad vanishes.
Or hard.
oh.
We're going to take a real quick break, 2 seconds. If you could take us back to the screen,
Yeah.
Eagle.
2 books I think were pretty good, and then I afterwards I kind of heard that they like rushed the author.
Oh no! We have. Oh no! Yay! Our first one! Our first one! Finally! Do you want to be famous?
Yes! You'll never be famous.
I don't know, like for me, I didn't like the last couple books out of the Aragon one.
Oh, well, good for you. This my sack. And he moves his cloak, and you just see a dagger handle. And he just looks at you, and he's like, you want...
As I was saying, yes, we believe their numbers to be growing. We believe if they are to get their hands upon an orb, that the dragon will be resurrected. The orb in question is something of a mystery to us. We have spoken to Arkenvale, and they believe that that was why their city was attacked. However, it is not within their clutches yet,
Good.
and we know that you have it.
What? What? Are you talking about?
Andros,
Who has it?
Let's not
just let them talk.
push here. Are we safe? Away from prying eyes? Here? Now?
This room is perfectly safe from anyone that we do not wish to hear this.
How'd y'all figure it out?
I'll pull out the orb.
we were tasked, all of the regions were tasked, to find the artifact. When we were tasked to find it by Arkenvale, we had located its presence within Saishil.
Ah.
But when you left to go to the Shadowfell, it also vanished from the nearby surroundings.
Is really...
So therefore we surmised it was you. And then when we conveniently took you to Kuvok, we made sure to check if it had returned upon your return.
Yeah.
With which it had.
Have you guys told Arkenvale? I mean, who you guys told that we've had it?
Only the 4 of us Echoes and the Arc Druid of the Echoes.
Good.
Yes, that's better.
It's probably best.
So then you know the importance of keeping this a little bit quiet.
And I think I can also tell you why they want it. Because this thing is infused with the soul of a dragon. We unfortunately personally saw to that. Or at least I did.
Interesting.
We didn't know. I didn't know you took the soul from a dragon. Great. Are you guys gonna be able to not tell anybody? Because we're trying to keep it to where the person who's after the orb doesn't know where it's at. Even though I'm starting to really doubt, it's becoming more and more clear that we have it. But
they also know we are a force to be reckoned with and that you do not easily take it from us.
Right.
Well, there was reasons why we kept it to ourselves.
Well, actually, this might be interesting. Is there not like some remote islands above the area where we fought the dragon? Like some sort of seclusive area where we can, with your help, leak that the orb is located in the upper north. Distract the enemies who seek it.
We're putting more people in danger. I mean, they're obviously they would go up there, and then I mean, to not remind you, the city that literally just took a dragon attack is still recovering. I mean, we've already saw what they did to Arkenvale, and Arkenvale wasn't dealing with any attacks at the time.
Yes, but they have to check if the orb is there first. So,
I mean,
for example, if this council tells the city of Arkenvale that the orb is up north, they might send a spy focusing, like the organization that also looks for the orb.
Are we? I don't think our problem is Arkenvale knowing. I think at this point, I mean, we're all allied together. What we need to be worried about is the lady.
But what if there's a mole in Arkenvale that gives the information to her?
I think Arcturus could be right. If all of the regions spread a different rumor of the location of the orb, it might spread their forces thinner looking for it, which would give us a better opportunity upon striking. As you are aware, we have taken a heavy blow as of late, and our forces are resting and dwindled for a time. We have many druids and the blade singers that we can send to aid Arkenvale within their plight. So any edge would be beneficial. The Kovakians have also taken heavy casualties. Their numbers are small. And from my understanding, Craddock's ships are not what they once were, due to the fact of the serpent that was in their docks.
They're still recovering ships too.
Is recovering. The Tri-Spire mages, the greatest arsenal of Arkenvale, are still recovering from the casualties of the attack on the city. Any edge that we can get within this battle could be helpful.
I think the biggest edge we could get is time.
Indeed. But we are to meet. We are to meet all of our forces between the borders of the Kajami jungles, Quirin, and Kazakh itself. We will be able to get our people there via transportation. Boats will be leaving Craddock in the next few days. Arkenvale's wizards have ways of traveling in the air. And the Kavakians will reach us, and we will take them with us. But we have...
Boats would be so slow. It's in the...
Hence why they will take almost 2 weeks to get there. At least. Maybe longer. But Craddock is known for its fastest ships.
Gives us time to handle our business down there in Quirin and then get prepared for...
As I said, we are to meet in 2 weeks. And then it may take a few more days until we begin the assault.
Yeah.
Once we have a base, a ground, an understanding. Bjorn, I understand that you are from Quirin, correct?
Indeed.
I know it is a lot to ask. But if you can sway or turn any heads to aid us from people that live in the same climates as this locale, maybe we would stand a better chance.
I will do my best. However, I fear my family does not have the leverage that they used to.
We have spoken with another who will accompany us to Quirin. An ex or still current member of the Northern Rocks will be accompanying us down south to speak with his counterparts to see if they will aid us in our plight.
Who?
I believe you know him as Grindlewood Pockettorn. He will speak on behalf of Elenasta and his now certified position within Craddock. Do whatever you can, and if you can help us, if you can come to us, aid us, we would appreciate it.
Just give us the location and we'll be there.
We will contact you once we have set up a base of operations. It will be 2 to 2.5 weeks before we contact. Good luck.
It's around the time of the Feast of the 100 Veils, I reckon. I don't know. My memory is a little blurry, but if we that all the big heads in Quirin will be in one location, so we might be able to, kill 2 birds in 1 stone.
We understand that Quirin will never join a unity, will never agree to the same terms that the rest of us have. But the war is on their doorstep. If this information is brought to them, surely they cannot ignore it.
Do you might have like a way for us to contact you? maybe like a stone, you know, one of those cool little sending stones. Because if we go down there first, we might be able to gather some information, send it up to you guys. Maybe that might help some things out. Maybe it might change some plans. I mean, we who knows what we're gonna figure out down there. I mean, we could uncover some crazy plot or something, and you know, it might be smart to have a better way to communicate.
I think I can help with that. And basically, I was gonna say I'm gonna give him my chakram because it's got like the sending thingy on it, but it's obviously not on my chakrams anymore, so we're gonna need to figure that out. But yeah, I'll redeem one of the names to give to Houndier, so I can contact Houndier whenever I feel like.
I will say, rather than it be a name written into the chakram, into the new icicle chakram, the sorry, not icicle, the moonlight, the chakram, edge of the moon, is it called, or yeah, the new chakram that you've received, there are like glyphs upon it, and there are like a load of glyphs, and you've currently got 2 glyphs, I believe, which would be
Maeve and my father.
Yes, correct. Yeah, and both of them represent like a giant rune as like a descriptor for that person. So you have the word father in giant rune in one of them. You have the word friend in giant rune in another, and then on this one you would have the giant rune of echo, which would form as you you inscribe basically Houndir into your chakram.
We can now contact you at any given time.
Very well, that would be very handy. Well, was there anything that we can help you with?
Just
Have you
supplies.
come to call favors?
Just supplies for the road ahead, I guess.
And actually, I do want to call in my favor. Given the difficult times we're up ahead, and hoping we get through this, if I survive, I'm probably joining up with the Tri-Spire Wizards to become a scholar. And I would love to get some property in this city to set up some base of operations to enhance magical research between the nation. If that's possible. Given the fact we survived this, of course.
We can see that to be done, I'm sure. None of the other echoes disagree. And you see the Echo of Summers kind of sits back, and he looks a little bit peeved, I would say, at the thought of an outsider, you know, like wanting property to influence magic. But the other 3 all agree. And he just sits back in his chair, and he's just like he just waves it off as a yes. Very well.
Thank you.
We will see to it that after this battle, property will be yours.
Much appreciated.
And he bows his head. Supplies you wished for your travels?
Yeah.
Very well. We will arrange packs of food and various camping supplies to make your trip easier. Unfortunately, our climate is not as hot as Quirden, but we will provide food that will not go off due to the heat, and try to provide instruments in which you can keep things cool. It will only take an hour for us to make sure that these things are available to you. And we will supply you with some healing potions upon your travels. It is going to be treacherous through the deserts, as I'm sure, Shion, you are very well aware. I have not been there myself, but the Archdruid has. As many years ago, he did visit, as he calls it, the World Tree. But I believe your people call it the Tree of Prosperity.
We do.
He was turned away. But luckily, with the magics that he has and has access to, was able to escape the Seven.
I don't know what that means, but
Be wary, for the tales that we hear, which appear to many to be folklore, is that there are 7 priests that protect the tree. And if you are not worthy, they make sure that you never leave.
Well,
and they won't mind 5 people, 6 people, 7 people potentially just popping up out of nowhere.
We cannot say.
Hmm.
But it is the fastest and most direct route that we can take you to.
Well, seems we have no choice then.
The
Unless we
Arcdruid,
want to go on one of those ships that go to Chartusa, but that'll take weeks.
you may as well leave with us soon. If that was the case. We will make sure, well, the Arcdruid will make sure to not place you at the bottom of the tree. As for that is where it is guarded most. You will be placed up high, and will need to find a means of escaping or transporting down. That will be on you. But I'm sure Maeve and your abilities to transform into all types of animals, and you, as he gestures to the rest of you, with your magical prowess, will overcome these challenges.
Cool. Cool.
We leave in 1 hour.
Great.
Can I ask for a little small favor as well? You know,
Besides the wintry clothes you were no longer wearing,
yeah, it's gonna get hot down there, you know.
it was a really bad favor to ask.
I know. It was in the moment. You put me on the spot. But now I have something serious, you know, something small.
Require.
So after everything ends up, I plan on making, you know, rounds around here as well. I would just like to know if you could maybe make a little grove somewhere and a statue of a statue of an older tabaxi woman, and on the statue just says the Scarlet Sands.
Very well. If that is what you require.
Thank you.
Any more last-minute requests?
No, I guess we need to prepare.
Well, you have 1 hour. Gather your things, say your goodbyes. See you soon. And yeah, you have 1 hour to go and do whatever you do. You have been given 20 rations each, so 20 days worth of rations. You have been given tents and bed rolls and everything you need. You don't have to take it, it's up to you, but they have given you all the supplies you could need. They have given you summer and lighter clothing that you can change into, so like lighter, thinner tunics, because you're going to be sweating. One set of clothes is not going to do you. You're going to have to, you know, it's very hot, especially in the deserts themselves. So yeah, you guys are going to have to change regularly, wash clothes, that sort of thing. It's not you can't get away with 3 or 4 days of the same clothes in this environment, because you'll be dripping through them. So yeah, they give you plenty of clothing and that sort of thing. And all of the different things that you would need while traveling deserts. Plenty of water skins. They will actually give you a magical item. that once per day can create a certain amount of yeah, sorry, it's not the same item. It is a it's not once, well, no, it is once per day, but it is a big jug with loads of corks in it. And the jug they tell you is called the alchemy jug. And in this alchemy jug, you can create 12 pounds worth of 2 gallons, which is how much it weighs. It's 12 pounds, but it's 2 gallons worth of liquid. And each day, by pressing a different button, you can create a different liquid.
Oh.
So, but you can only press one button per day. But they tell you that one of them is 8. You can create 8 ounces of acid.
Oh.
Is one of the liquids you can create. You can create half an ounce of basic poison. You can create 4 gallons of beer.
Wow.
You can create a gallon of honey.
Yeah.
You can create 2 gallons of mayonnaise. You can create 1 quart of oil, 2 gallons of vinegar, 8 gallons of fresh water, 12 gallons of salt water, and a gallon of wine. And each button has a little symbol of the different things that you can create, and they show you what each button does. But yeah, once per day, you can press a button and you will create that, and I'll give you all a handout for that as well.
They essentially gave us a manual how to operate a jug.
Yeah, they basically, someone goes, and this button does this, and there's like a grape on it, and you press it and wine appears. But yeah, once per day, you can use that. And I'll just give you that in 2 seconds. It's got to drag it to the right.
I can't wait for someone to summon mayonnaise.
Yeah,
someone's gonna do it.
Well.
Someone's gonna do it.
2 gallons of mayonnaise. There you go. So they give you this jug, and it's just very helpful for the environment you're in, so that if you do run out of water, you can replenish your water each day. So you should have enough there to keep you guys going. So yeah, so that's what you can do. They give you that. They give you they do actually give you 500 gold each. So if you do get 500 gold each, just so if you do need to spend some money while you are in Quirin, to pay for whatever you need, they give you a little bit of cash just so that you've got something, because they don't know how well off you are, and you have helped them with the Shadowfell and helped Kavak and stuff, so they give you all 500 gold each as a little buffer.
Sweet.
But yeah, that is it. Is there anything you guys want to do in this hour?
Put those 500 gold in like the bag of holding.
By all means, add it yourself, and yeah, not a problem. Okay, anything else?
I just looked at her hard and said, don't even question it.
Well, I hope you know what you're getting into.
I mean, I've accepted at this point.
Okay. Nothing else then, is that it?
How much time do we have?
1 hour.
1 hour.
At this point, 45 minutes.
Just gonna go hang out.
Okay.
Lovina and whoever else might.
Yeah.
Just chill. Chat.
Okay. I'll say that you get another hour of your book in then, so please make a note of that, Shion. And yeah, you hang out with Lovina. Yeah.
Can I maybe, I don't know, while maybe hanging in this tavern or whatever, like, is there a way of like maybe acquiring recipes or something, since I do have that cooking utensils?
Oh, like food recipes? Yeah, I'm sure.
Like local specialties.
You're in the Hall of Echoes. They do have a kitchen there. You could always head on over to the kitchen and start asking some of the chefs about some stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, they give you some local recipes of kind of like magically infused food. And yeah, you would know that the recipe. They give you some ingredients so that you can test it. So you can make we'll say you can make a serving of 6 of this food. Is that what they give you enough of? And you have to make a cooking check, and if you do, it gives everyone temp HP for the day. So you could create some food, for the day. So once the temp HP is gone, it is gone forever. But you would get a bolster of temp HP by creating this magical meal. But you would have to hit a certain DC to create that and get those effects. But yeah. And we'll call it Balthazar's Barthazan's Plateau is what we'll call it. That's
Cool.
the dish.
You have to give me that in writing. I have no
It's
clue.
an
how to
elvish, it's an
spell that.
elvish dish.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. It includes some primed, seasoned venison and salads and stuff. It's quite a nice, and then a bit of magic thrown in as well. And they show you how to do that.
Lovely.
I just imagine Andros sitting next to Shion, and every so often he'll just poke her to try to mess with her, try to get her to stop reading. But at the same time, he's probably just asking the cat, "Hey, you happy with that? Come on, like I did something cool for you. I hope that's it's in the direction you want to go."
And you hear in your head. Yes. I think this will work. Good job, Andros.
Just call me champion. I'm we're diving into this now. You know, you're like my patron, and I'm your champion. You know, when you need done, we get done. You know. Okay, you weren't happy with that one. All right, I'm just trying to,
Also, I don't need one, but do you need a map of some? A map of Query?
Yeah, that's kind of what Erhard meant earlier when he asked you about it. Like if we have any maps or whatever.
I don't have a map. I have the map in my head, but
Oh well, cool.
Well, we have people that are knowledgeable about
When
scouting and stuff.
we get
And
there, we'll find
mapping,
it. We'll find out when we get there.
Dave and Grint both had that proficiency.
I don't know. When we get there, we'll ask. I mean, we're obviously coming out of a place where there's probably people at. We'll just ask them, "Hey, do you have a map of this place?" And then we'll go on from there. We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Okay. Well, the hour passes. You guys gather all your belongings. If you don't have tents, you now have tents, bedrolls. You have food. You've been given some money. You've I said potions, right? I didn't say how many.
You didn't say.
Take 2 regular healing potions each.
Oh,
That's what
nice.
they give you. Yeah.
We're getting stacked.
So I'll add that to Maeve's sheet. Well, they know it's quite dangerous in Quirin, so you're probably going to need them. So yeah, and then they begin opening up. Well, the Archdruid is within the throne room as you all step into the Echo's chambers, and as you do, you see a very, very old elven man. He's easily 1,000 years old, if not more. He is very, very old. And as he looks towards you all, he smiles and gestures as with a flick of a wrist, a doorway opens in the side of the wooden room that you are in. And what you see out from it are thick, woven branches. You see vibrant colored leaves, and some of you can see this dew that appears to be dripping from parts of the tree itself that glistens in the sun. And already, even though you haven't stepped through the portal, you see the sun and you can feel the heat already. And I would say for the first time for Andros and Shion in this whole campaign, you feel that warmth return to your bones of that desert heat hitting you. Whereas the rest of you are probably thinking, oh my lord. But yeah, as you feel that warmth and you all, as you step through the portal and you stand atop the tree, realizing you are just over 100 feet into the air, stood on branches as thick as roads. You look around and you see the cloudless sky, the blistering heat. Thank you, mouth. Blistering heat, and the scorching desert that surrounds you, and you see in the distance mountains surrounding all around. And I think that's where we'll end tonight's session, because I think that's a good point as you all come through. Okay. Well, that's it. We are in
Wow.
a whole new region. We're in Quirin. We're at the Tree of Prosperity, which is like one of the largest trees in the whole world. And it's a sacred land that only those worthy are allowed to step upon. And you five have just stumbled in, using it as basically like, the metro in London. So yeah, we're gonna pick things up next week from where we just left off. I will also point out, I was pretty sure you guys were gonna go speak to Eliash, and all of you forgot, which is why I asked.
It's not our lover. It's not our ship. There's only one person who's in charge of that ship.
So...
It's someone's girl, not ours.
I remember someone saying, we might be able to heal her if it has healing properties. She has this affliction, and then nope.
Oh,
hey, I'm standing on a branch right now, and there's like dew all around me, so I could just steal it, and I'm like,
you could certainly try.
Certainly try.
Yeah. But yeah, that's where we're gonna wrap things up. So we're gonna go around the room real quick and tell us where you can find us, and just say thank you for being here and that good stuff. So why don't we go with Tim and Lan, because you two are the Team Rocket of this group. So yeah, why don't you tell us?
Prepare for trouble.
And make it double.
Something like that. That was now.
Meowth, that's right.
Meow and
Buffett!
yeah, and is the other one Cagnia
or Victory Bell, where it just goes?
Yeah. Well, he was sucking on my finger a few minutes ago, so he might as well. No, but I'm Tim.
And I'm Lan.
And we're part of Team Logic. Sort of.
You can find us here every Friday.
Or on YouTube every Wednesday. And after that. So, yeah.
In perpetuity.
Or in the street.
Or in the street. Or in my bed.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Well, I thought that was just where I found you. But yeah.
Next Sunday, we'll be in the bar.
Nice. Let's go. Okay, cool. And below Tim and Lan, we have Eagle. Take it away.
Hello, I am Eagle. You can find me mostly here every Friday, and with Onion and a good friend of ours, Patty, for the three-way Soul Link hardcore Nuzlocke of Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. We're pretty far in the game. I mean, that's crazy. And yeah, that's a lot of fun. Make sure you guys follow the socials. You can let us know in the Discord how much you guys have missed Smitty this session. You guys can also go follow the Twitter, the Instagram, stuff like that. And then on top of that, you can also subscribe to YouTube, where you can see all the previous sessions and one shots that we've done. And yeah, it's been fun. It's been great.
Awesome. Thank you very much. And below Eagle, we have Smitty Jane, who has recently been playing Tears of the Kingdom. I think she's done like 8-ish streams, 7 or 8 streams now of it. I'll be honest, I haven't watched it because I don't want spoils, because I will eventually get it, hoping that one day maybe it'll go on sale, but who knows. Probably never, because I don't think the other one did. Yep. And yeah, she's been playing that, which you can go find her over on Smitty Jane on Twitch. And yeah, I think that's and you find her here every Friday, normally playing Maeve, but unfortunately this week she's on her holidays. But yes, awesome. And on the other side of the screen we have Zeb. I was about to say finally, but technically I'm finally, right? So yeah, Zeb, take it away.
You're the best, little finally. All right, I'm Agent Zen. I stream over on my channel Mondays to Thursdays. A bit of a wonky thing of like evenings on Monday and Thursday, and late afternoon on Tuesday and Wednesday. So potentially changing that at some point, because my wife also has stuff to do that she wants to do, and schedules always shift. Anyway, next week definitely playing a lot of Crusader Kings 3. And going medieval, because it got some big overhaul update, and I'm really looking forward to that. And that's probably it, because I get addicted to the games I enjoy. So come and hang out.
Awesome. And if you wanna see me on your screens, come here on a Friday where I play everything that you can imagine, everything. And yeah, I also do the Pokemon things on the YouTubes. And when it's my turn to upload a video, I always upload them on a Sunday. I was late this week. I completely forgot that it was a bank holiday weekend, okay, and I got it in my head that it was a Saturday, not a Sunday.
Excuses.
And then I forgot, and then I realized it was actually a Sunday, and I completely
Excuses.
forgot to post it. But it's up. You can go
Excuses.
check the last one out. But yeah, other than that, yeah, I am thinking about buying the Golem game to play just because of all the hate
I've
it's getting.
heard so much hate about that game.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
like the return of the onion, just
Yeah.
for
Yep.
once.
Do you know
I
what?
was actually curious
That would
about
be
that game.
hilarious, right? If I just returned to stream just to
the
do
Golem
the
game. Oh, brother.
Start doing speed runs on it. But yeah, that's pretty much everything there. So yeah, who are we rating?
We
today?
are rating someone that I've seen quite a bit of, because I'm on D&D TikTok quite a bit. One Shot Questers is the person who DMs that. He's doing a lot of world building, so I think it might be cool for us to go over there and maybe learn. For some of us who don't know anything about world building in D&D, might be able to see a little bit of the process and stuff. So it might be pretty cool. So yeah, we're gonna rate over there.
Awesome. Yeah, he does fabulous content. So yes,
He
always
does.
good to hop on over. Awesome. Well, thank you very much for watching. If you're in the future on YouTube or watching on Twitch right now live, thank you for being here. Thank you for coming along. And if you couldn't guess already, it might be coming to an end within a month or so. We'll see. It all depends how long it takes these guys to get to do the things that they want to do. But
They always
yeah,
take longer anyway.
they
so-
always take longer. They do. That is true.
Probably
But
after
yeah.
summer or something. I don't know.
They've been here 1.5 years longer than Onion planned anyway.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, it'll probably be probably about another. It'll probably end of July, I think, is when we'll start wrapping things up. So yeah, guys, thank you for being here for 2 whole years, which is crazy. 72 sessions. Yeah, thank you very much, guys. Take care, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.